G'day everybody.
G'day.
Stodds, you're a Sunday school person.
Oh, yeah.
You would remember that appalling three-chord song, Silver and gold have I none,
Boom, boom.
but such as I had. Yeah, it was awful. It came from a great story in the 3rd chapter of the book of Acts. You can look it up. Now, before that, we've already heard that in the days of the early church, they're all pretty excited, they're all fired up. Every day they go up to the temple to pray. That's where they're going to meet God. They're going to go up the same set of steps. They're going to go through the same gates, the beautiful gate. They've been doing this for donkey's ages, and yeah. Now, interesting, in this story, there's a beggar who every day his friends bring him to the same set of steps just in front of the beautiful gate, put him there, and he calls out for help. Now, somehow or other, Peter and John every day have missed this. They haven't seen him or heard him. They've been, I don't know, so focused on going up the steps through the gate, we're going to meet God in the temple.
That's the routine going on.
That's the way we do it. That's how the church works. But today, for some reason, they hear and they see and they go, oh, here's the next thing. Peter immediately switches to, what we don't have.
Oh, yeah.
The resource. He says, silver and gold, I haven't got any money at all.
I got none of that.
Sorry, can't help you, mate.
Yeah.
But thankfully, somehow, God kind of flicks a switch in his head and he flips over, oh, but hang on, what we do have. And he says, we've got good news about Jesus. He prays this outrageous prayer and he says, I want you to stand up and walk. And this dude gets up and walks. And everybody watching is just like blown away. They can't explain it. They are amazed by this. And it happens not inside. It hasn't happened inside the temple where we always go every day up these steps and through that gate. It happens outside. It happens off to one side and it's like pa-ching. And I just wonder how often we just go through the routine and we miss stuff around us because we're not listening or looking, and how often God is saying, hang on, look over here. How does that work for you?
Yeah, you ever seen a horse with blinkers? They put the things on here
The
and
old
things.
pacing thing where they used to...
Yeah. I think sometimes we even put our own blinkers on, and sometimes we just don't see what's on around us. You know, sometimes, look, people's needs, they're not going to advertise them usually, and they're mostly hidden. And so it comes very hard to see the ones that are hidden.
So I say to you, how you doing, Stodds? And you say,
yeah, I'm all right.
and I go, okay, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. But then there are times when we just get so used to seeing the needs of others. I mean, I don't know you, Phil, I'm used to seeing starving kids on the TV these days that it almost doesn't move me.
There's nothing I can do about this. It's always going to be that way.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And yes, yeah,
And
okay.
we just get used to things. And sometimes it's our very busy routine where, oh man, I'm so focused on getting what I've got to do today done that I don't get to see what's around me, and I miss the opportunities of serving others who are near me.
So then how do I ask God to tap me on the shoulder,
Yeah.
point these things out to me, see the opportunities and take them?
Yeah, take those blinkers off. It's, I guess, how do we grow in our awareness of others? And how do we become more open to the Spirit and the opportunities that life presents itself?
And take them.
One day, Peter and John were going up to the temple at the time of prayer, 3 in the afternoon. Now, a man who was lame from birth was being carried to the temple gate called Beautiful, where he was put every day to beg from those going into the temple courts. When he saw Peter and John about to enter, he asked them for money. Peter looked straight at him, as did John. Then Peter said, "Look at us." So the man gave them his attention, expecting to get something from them. Then Peter said, "Silver or gold I do not have, but what I do have I give you. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, walk." Taking him by the right hand, he helped him up, and instantly the man's feet and ankles became strong. He jumped to his feet and he began to walk, and then he went with them into the temple courts, walking and jumping and praising God. When all the people saw him walking and praising God, they recognized him as the same man who used to sit begging at the temple gate called Beautiful. And they were filled with wonder and amazement and could not explain what had happened to him.
G'day again, everyone.
G'day.
Stodds, I'm still stuck on that story about Peter and John going up the steps every day through the gate into the temple, and they meet this blind beggar.
Yeah, don't have silver, don't have gold. I don't have the money, Phil.
We don't have. And how do we do that sometimes as church? Like, I know in a small church, oh, well, we don't have a building of our own. We don't have an auditorium like Calvary Temple. And
Don't have a drum kit.
We don't have a drum kit. We don't have a smoke machine. We don't have a production team.
don't
We
have
don't have a big youth ministry.
Don't
like
have a coffee shop.
a coffee. That's sad. That is sad. All these things we say we don't have, and yet that's actually not what's even needed.
Oh.
No. See, that's the thing. The guy's saying, you know, can you give me a few coins? But that's not what really he needs. And in this amazing story, they say, but what we do have is the good news of Jesus.
Because often when we compare ourselves to others, and whether it be other churches or other Christians or other organisations, we start thinking, right, in our mindset of, oh, well, I don't have that. I don't have what they have. I guess I can't do much.
And God says, that's not the point. I can do whatever I choose to do, wherever and whenever. And it might not happen inside the temple. It might happen on the steps outside. And it doesn't matter what you've got in your purse. Are you prepared to tell these people about the good news of Jesus, that there is one who loves them and walk with them? And actually, that's what enables them to walk, to get up and come with you joyfully and walking along into the presence of God. We can all do that.
Yeah, and in essence, what people most desire is a relationship. And sometimes a friendship with us, that it takes us a bit of vulnerability and a bit of effort to open ourselves and, offer the opportunity for a bit of friendship, a bit of company, a bit of help, a bit of time, a bit of care and love.
If that story had stopped where Peter says, we don't have, they would have gone on about their religious duty, gone through the gate into the temple the same way they did every day, and that guy would still be there and nothing would have happened for him. But when they said, oh, hang on, that's actually not where this stops. We have the good news of Jesus to share with you. Then they travel together. They go together and the relationship forms and lives are changed. And people watching outside go, oh my word, did you see that? Mm-hmm. Can you explain that?
Yeah.
No, it's amazing, but God is at work.
What do you have? You mightn't have the best singing voice, you mightn't have all the money, you mightn't have the vehicles, you mightn't have the home, you mightn't have lots of things. But I guess God's wanting us to think about, hey, what do you have? What do you have that can really open up somebody's world?